Hello YouTube, this is Draconis1 here. I'm going to be starting a YugiTube account. I'm going to talk about decks, show you my deck profile, yeah, whatever. So I hope you will enjoy this, my first deck profile. I will be showing you my Lancer Frog deck. So here goes. Alright, I will be showing you the cards I use in the main deck first, and then after that I can go into a little bit of depth telling you what the cards do, although you probably already know that, and what kind of cool combos you can do with the deck. Start out, we have 3 Swap Frog. Obviously it's the most important card of the deck. Swap Frog allows you to do all sorts of shenanigans, from being Gotchi fodder, Dark Mist fodder, to dumping your frogs, your Ronins. It allows you to get the deck going. It's easily the most vital card in the deck. If you don't draw it, good luck winning the duel. Alright, after the swap frogs, we have 3 dupe frogs. These are very important as well, as it allows you to search out the all-important swap frog. It has 2000 defense, it's a good opening move, set it, and you're probably going to get out Swap Frog unless they do some crazy shenanigans and get out Brianak or whatever. It's a very good card. I run 3 because it allows for maximum consistency. It's very good with Lancer. Alright, after the dupe frogs, we have a single copy of Poison Draw Frog. Poison Draw Frog, I used to run 2. It's a good card, but I have found that I only need 1 at the moment. Its primary purpose is to be used as a draw card with Sea Lancer. It gets its effect as a dupe frog when it detaches from Lancer, unless Lancer is tributed or something like that. It's a good card. I run 1. Whatever. You can feel free to run 2 if you like. After the Poison Draw Frog, we have a single copy of Treeborn Frog. Treeborn Frog is the main tribute fodder of the deck. It's great for Caius. It's a great card in general. You can use enemy controller with it to get a free monster, then sack for Lad. It's a great card. I run 1. You don't need to run 2 because of Lancer. If it gets crowed, you can just use Lancer to bring it back. Great card. Alright, after Treeborn Frog, we have 2 copies of Ronin Totem. Ronin Totem is the second main tribute fodder after Treeborn Frog. Makes an easy gotchi, and you can make Dark Mist to get over any strong monster if you have another level 2 frog on the field. It's great for recycling monsters, nets you many pluses with Lancer. It's one of the cores of the deck. You gotta use it. I used to run 3. I'm trying 2 now. See how it goes. Yeah, that's our friend Ronin Totem. Alright, after Ronin Totem, that's our frog portion of the deck. I will get to tributes now. Obviously, the main tribute I'm going to show you first is triple Sea Lancer. Sea Lancer is the main tribute of the deck. It helps recycle everything to give you quote-unquote infinite tribute fodder with Ronin Totem. Banish a frog, banish 2 frogs, special 2 Ronin Totems, overlay for gotchi, summon Lancer, equip the frogs you banished, and net pluses off of them. Lancer is a great card. I run 3. It has 1300 attack, so it's salvageable. After Lancer, we have triple Light and Darkness Dragon. I know many people would disagree on running 3, but I run 3 because it's a great card against a bunch of the meta, mainly Inzectors. It's good against Chain Burn, which my locals has a lot of. It hits a lot of decks rather hard, so I run 3. It's a double tribute, which is obvious. And one of the best parts about it is that you can reuse any monster you've already used, for the most part. It's a great card. I run 3. Feel free to run 2, 1, none. I'd recommend at least 2, though. Alright, after Light and Darkness, we have Caius the Shadow Monarch. I use 2 of them. I sometimes use 3, but I'm at 2 right now because of all the other tributes I'm using. I don't want to open with too many tributes. That's one of the main problems with the deck, is opening tributes and no frogs, or opening frogs and no tributes. So I'm working on the right balance of tribute monsters right now, and I am currently using 2 Caius. Great card. Remove Dragonfly, remove Hornet, be a happy person. It's also good against Grapha. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a great card. And I have one more tribute monster in this deck. It's a three tribute monster, and I can probably guess that you know what it is. It's Obelisk the Tormentor. This card is a screw you card. You drop it, you'll most likely win. Insectors can't do anything to this besides the Dark Hole Torrential, and if they run it, Smashing Ground. Can't be targeted. Its effect, you cannot Solemn Warning it, you cannot Solemn Judgment it. 4K beater, you can easily Lightning Vortex, or not Lightning Vortex, Raigeki their side of the field by tributing 2 Ronin Totems. It's a great card. I run 1 because it can be a little bit inconsistent, though. Alright, after Obelisk, we have a couple more staples that Frog decks usually run, namely Gores. Gores is a great card in Frogs. Summon Swap Frog, dump something, bounce Swap Frog. If you have Gores in your hand, your opponent is very likely going to be wary of attacking, if they're a good player, that is. Gores wins games. It's as simple as that. Alrighty then. After Gores, we have 2 copies of Tragodia. Tragodia is a very defensive card, but it can also be used offensively. Obviously, it has 600 attack for each card in your hand. Lancer often has lots of cards in hand, so it's almost never dead. If you're really in a pinch, you can special summon it after they hit you for the last time. If you have life points left, then you can tribute it for a tribute monster. It's a good card, but you don't very often get its monster stealing effect off. Plus side to Tragodia is you can use it to summon Gachi. You can use it to summon Dark Mist. It's a good card. I recommend you use it. Alright, after the Tragodias, we have 4 hand traps. I am using 2 effect failures, mostly for Insectors. My locals has about 4 or 5 Insector decks. So effect failure is obviously good against Dragonfly, Centipede. It hits a lot of other decks as well. It's a good card in general. I run this over Fiendish Chains because at the moment I don't have any. My 2 copies were stolen, along with a Scrap Dragon and a Mistworm. Oh well, what can you do? So yeah, that's Valor. And then 2 Battle Faders. Battle Faders, it's protection, just in case you don't have tribute fodder for a tribute you have. Good card in Frogs, obviously. I run 2. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Now on to spells. I do run 2 traps in this deck, but the rest of them I have are spells. I run 1 Gold Sark, just because it's funny to go Gold Sark, Summon Lancer, equip whatever you Sarked, and then plus off of it. I also use this if I'm in a bad position to get Swap Frog, or whatever I need at the time, or what I think I'll need in the future. Don't have to run it. It's a fun card to use. After that, I have 2 copies of Salvage. Salvage is a good card. It's a +1, obviously, and it can return. It helps fill your grave if you have Swap Frog. Return 2 frogs to your hand, dump them, dump 2 more. So basically, if you didn't understand that, discard the 2 you get back with Salvage, dump 2 more. You've got much better filled grave now. The grave is important. Once you get it filled, you will be good. probably, unless they can do some crazy somethings or other. And that does it for salvage. Next up is 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. This card is important right now. Gets rid of Fiendish Chain, gets rid of Macrocosmos if they have it. I've had people side Goes and Match. I think Goes and Match. Isn't that the one that deals with attributes? Anyway, I've gotten rid of that. I've gotten rid of Probation. It's a good card. I like it. A fun shenanigan you can do with MST. Set 1, if you have Gores in hand, when they attack, flip MST, then your field will be empty, and you can drop Gores if you need. It catches a lot of people by surprise. Alright, after the MSTs, we have 3 copies of Enemy Controller. This card is basically a free brain control in this deck. It's a quick play, so you can use it during your standby phase. Bring back Treeborn, tribute it for Econ, take one of their monsters. Then, since it's still a standby phase, you can bring Treeborn back. And you now have 2 tribute fodders instead of just 1. So, it's a really good card. I recommend using 3. Yeah. And then finally, we have the big 3 that are used in almost every deck: Darkhole, Reborn, and Storm. These cards are broken. Why not use them? Yeah. And for the final 2 cards of the deck, I use Double Torrential Tribute. I know people sometimes use more trap-heavy builds. Sometimes they use no traps at all. Sometimes they use a single copy of Treacherous Trap Hole. I'm choosing to use 2 Torrentials because I personally think they're better. Well, it may conflict with Treeborn Frog. It's better to use it or to have it and be safe, in my opinion. So yeah, that's the main deck. I will start on the side deck or extra deck in a minute. Alright, it's time for the extra deck now. I currently have, I think, 14 cards that I use in my extra deck, and then 1 card that's just there in case I need it to be. So I will go over this now. 3 Gachis. Card's great, obviously. One of the main plays in the deck is to summon 2 Ronin Totems, overlay for Gachi, tribute something else for Lancer, and then get back your banished frogs. So now you have a 2700 attack Lancer that cannot be destroyed very easily, and you have Gachi on the field. It's a great card. I use 3 just because of how awesome it is and how often I summon it. Yeah. Next, we have 2 copies of Dark Mist. This card is good. I'm not using 3 copies simply because I do not have a 3rd copy, as well as the fact that I don't summon it that often. It mainly comes out when my opponent has a large monster that I can't get over in any other way. So that means no Caius or whatever. One thing I really like about Dark Mist is his ability to keep the attack points he gained. So if you use his effect 2, even 3 times, he's going to be a big beater that's going to be hard to get over by battle. So that's Dark Mist. Next we have 1 copy of Leviathan. I don't summon him that often, he's just there in case I need it to be. Same with Utopia. I run 1 copy of him just in case something happens where I might need him. I've never summoned him, he's just there in case I need it. 1 Ally of Justice Catastor, again, just in case I need it. And most of these are that way as well. 1 Brionac, just in case I need it. 1 Black Rose. 1 Blackwing Dragon, mainly because of Chain Burn. There's really no other reason to run this. I can't even summon it if I wanted to, probably, during Chain Burn. But it's there just in case something really crazy happens. 1 copy of Stardust Dragon, 1 copy of Scrap Dragon, 1 copy of Colossal Fighter, and then finally 1 copy of Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Alright, it's time to go over the side deck now. The side deck isn't perfected yet. Neither is the extra deck or the main deck, but this is what I have at the moment. I have 2 Arcana Force 0 the Fools, mainly for Dino Rabbits and the occasional hero deck. It's a good wall. You can use it as tribute fodder. That's why I use it. Then I have 2 copies of Prime Material Dragon. Yes, you can probably guess why I use this. Chain Burn. Against them, if you get it out, there's not much they can do unless they run Volcanic Queen. Just gotta be careful not to have 2 monsters on the field, otherwise they can lava golem you. After that, I use 2 copies of Kaiser Glider. You may not know what this card does. So basically, when it's destroyed, you can bounce a monster, I think. Yeah, bounce a monster, and it can't be killed in battle with another monster who has the same attack as he does. So it's mainly used against Dino Rabbit, but on occasion I will side it against another deck as well. Next I have 2 copies of Jinzo. This is mainly for sometimes Dino Rabbit, sometimes Chain Burn. Yeah, I have a lot of Chain Burn hate in my side deck and main deck, just because it's annoying to play against, and there's a lot of it at my locals. You may see that this Jinzo is a little bit different. I decided to fool around with it, and I decided I liked the way it looked now rather than eliminating the other color of it. So yeah, that's my custom Jinzo, you could say. Next I have 2 copies of Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Insectors, Dark World, things like that. It doesn't hurt me a lot like you might think it might with Treeborn Frog. I'd rather negate their effects than being able to summon Treeborn Frog every turn. So I use 2 of those. Then I have 2 copies of Vanity's Fiend. Prevent special summoning. I side it because if people don't see it in the main deck, they will probably assume I don't use it, so it's a good surprise factor. Hurts a lot of decks out there right now, although it's not as effective against Insectors as it could be. And then finally, I have 3 copies of DD Crow. Insectors, Dark Worlds, Wind-Ups. It's a good card in general. I run 3 right now. I could drop it down to 2, and I might actually do that. But for right now, I'm running 3. Works out quite well. So that's the basic deck that I have right now. Alright, that's my Lancer Frog deck. I was inspired to start my own YouTube account by Who is John Gill. I will leave his link in the description. He's a cool guy. I highly recommend you check him out. Yeah, props to him. So, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day. See you later.